It's this number. I'm at list 4. And I've got the GIF on in the background now. That's great. That's awesome. Now, then, the thing is that I'm going to be streaming alone for a little bit. The chat will not catch up for an extensive period. Because effectively I told mom that it's okay if she chooses to wait until she's, you know, not driving to go on Discord. I know that's shocking, but sometimes people drive. But the basic gist is since I don't use notifications normally, I guess, or I don't release notifications normally, it does tend to have a consequence. I also remember that my audio was absolutely horrible last time, so it is what it is. But I'm just letting you know on occasion I'm just not going to have notifications on time. That is fine. That is not my mother's fault. That is because I do not have a Discord. And I'm not going to change that because the last time I got a Discord, it nearly prevented my computer from upgrading to Linux. So I have a little bit of a gripe with Discord myself. I have a history. That is a personal choice and not one that my mother agrees with. So the gripe is with me. Is what I'm trying to say. But I'm retarded, unfortunately, and incapable of expressing such basic matters without expanding upon the subject extensively. I'm starting up the game that we're playing. We're playing Mars Logistics, again, because I'm retarded, as previously stated, and incapable of cognitive expression past that of which that I already understand extensively. That group would lock back up. Thank you. OBS. You see. Okay, so what am I right now? Who am I? How do I do the Loco Moco? Okay. I see how things are. Renren will complain. It is but her fate. Okay, so I could do that, but I can also do this. So what do we got? Delivered donuts. Seems like a righteous task. And you may need to go a little bit closer, though. I can't. That has not been claimed. I claim this for the glory of the United States of America. Whee! Come on. We're facing a few little hiccups, but nothing too severe. Nothing traumatic. Oh. I guess the wheels are just active now. There we are. The glorious United States has one more train station that goes nowhere. Construction site. More monorail system. Yeah, the monorails are not set up yet. Racetrack's not set up yet. That monorail system is. I'm just gonna, since I've got to anyway, detour just a tad bit. Whee! My singing sucks so much that Renren's complaining. Renren! I'll stop. I'm sorry. I got caught up in the moment. And more fodder for the Kick Auto mod to just do better than the other. Come on, Renner, off the table! This is why cruise control is so important. Renner! Off table, thank you. Thank you. She's such a good girl that I don't even have to be there to yell at her, but I do wish I didn't need to yell at her. It's one of those minor things. I do love my good little baby Renner. Hello, baby Renner. Did you enjoy whatever chili you stole from my bowl? Because I know that you probably stole the chili from my bowl, even though it's got bay leaf, and I'm pretty sure bay leaf is not good for cats due to the fact that it's not good for human. But hey, it was only diluted, so it should be fine, I hope. I still wish that you hadn't have done that. Renner, please stop crying. I have to go and handle the Renner real quick before she goes off and injures herself on a consumable. So the music is beautiful. She will not darken my door further. Plead your case. That is a very good plea. Okay. Will not be selling you to the Venezuelans yet. You still have a chance. You plead so well. But if you're not careful, that might change. She's all cuddled in now. She'll be cuddled in until I start playing again. Speaking of starting playing again, time to get doing that. Somehow I feel like things are about to go a little bit sideways. I can't help the feeling. The feeling as if I may have to change Atrocity. Yeah, I might need to change Atrocity. And I'm just gonna go over here. You know what, since that's literally just a mark that this is a different piece, then I am willing to take it. Okay, then. I'm going to have to correct all of this. Okay, baby, calm down. Stop freaking out. There you go. You got her exciting little snuggles that she so desired. Now I'm gonna drink my soda. There we are. There we are. Okay. There we go. Okay. Wait, was all this avoidable if I just replaced this? By the way, did I just press 2? No, I can't just press 2. I have to... Okay. Note to self, be careful when you're just randomly clicking buttons. So actually should probably be... That should be fine if it's just 2. So this group is the one that has back, verse, out, standard tract. Seems alright. Okay. Alright. Next up. Just gonna delete that, so that's the one less unnecessary part. And, wait, Carabiner handled this last time. Why not just go with Carabiner? Why am I reinventing the wheel? I made it forever ago. I don't need the achievement. There we go. There we go. I forget. But I'll be needing this. But while I do that, just gonna do this so that it can be a little bit more handled. This I'll stick with the way that it is. No, I will also do this. just to maximize my physical capability to get over a floating 1-inch gap. Okay, I've done the Bambo Jambo and shook it all about. That's what it's all about. Okay. Wrong button. So you know what? I am that close to the edge. Mayhaps it would not be the dumbest idea to just do that. At which point, I didn't need to have that piece on me whatsoever. So I just made a whole piece of my ride that I just developed useless before I started the journey. That's fun. Woohoo! I hope you liked your donuts with dust. Dust to donuts. Donut to donuts. From donuts you came, and from donuts you shall return. Oh no, from donuts you came, to donuts you shall return. Sorry. Ooh, new things in inbox. Deliver paint. Deliver supplies. Deliver potted plants. Probably gonna do that later. Deliver hay bale and deliver toaster. Grip pad. Fine, I'll figure that one out later. But first I'm doing deliver donuts. Thank you. Distance remote, okay. Drone to resort. These, actively speaking, don't seem to die once you actually have them. 1 times 2 x1 curve. Quarter circle. Okay, definitely want that later. But first things first. Okay, if we're doing this mostly with side quests, we're just gonna mostly do side quests. But I can at least pretend. Is that? No, that's not it. I have to go around the long way. I'm accursed in such manner. Ooh, techno music. With the musicness of the music. The music. Move to the music. Like a cow. To the music. And let's do that real quick. Nice little quick move. Let's go. Could have avoided all that by not doing that turn, couldn't I? Don't think this is correct. I suspected it is not. Whee! I love how many random... Nah, I'm not going there. Whee! The fish drinkers demand their penance. Their penance in donuts. It is their donut tax. Kinda like that tea tax. But the fools don't realize. It is their diarrhea they sow, not mine. Wah. And yet why does it feel like there's an empty hole inside? A donut-shaped hole inside. Where the donut belongs. Some call it the mouth. I call it... Oh! That the Discord announcement, have fun. Woohoo! Yay! I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Mom's told me that she's gonna Discord stuff. Whee! Woohoo! And there we go. Finally, we must relinquish the donut to the piss drinkers. An accursed state indeed. Okay, can someone explain to me how the donut made wheat? And why the hay bale didn't make the wheat? I'm only partly confused because it really doesn't make sense, but it is what it is. It is what it is, my man. And off the tab, figure out what buttons go where. I'm also going to do some exploring here. I haven't done more exploring since the last time I went exploring, and that was a while ago. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Actually, before I do that, I'm just going to go do that. But before I do that, actually going to go in here. Wow, another loose bearing! Oh, I'm so surprised. It's bit shocking. Okay, that all looks pretty decent. Okay, and the likes. Checking the controls. These are all at 1. That's very nice. Copy that. Like that. Go to inventory. Inventory! Inventory! Click on that. Go to controls. X. See. Close. Go back up here. Go to here. That's still defended, so that should be fine. Also go back here. Why can't I just... I do wish that there was... What's this? Okay, that's the Steam Workshop. Okay, that's not at all what I meant to press, but we're gonna ignore that. Don't want that one. We want that one. And we kind of want it to do Hokey Pokey and look it all about. And then we're gonna do nope. Where's the partial turns when you need them? There we are. 45-degree turn. Remembered like it was yesterday. Controls wise, we turn that to 2. Now, click in X for expand, Z for return. And then that should be that. Hopefully. And we're gonna save the new carabiner mode. And then we're going to go over vehicles. No. We're going to click on it, and we're going to go out, explore, lose some fingers, have regrets, and learn some lessons. That's what I learned at the Magic School Bus. How to lose digits. On to the Magic School Bus. You didn't need that hand anyway, did you? I love the donut. I wish I could watch more today. Noise balance good though. That's good. I apparently did not get rid of all of my button pressy McGee things. Apparently I made some mistakes today. Oh no. Signal weak, signal weak. I can go way farther in than that. But I don't know if I want to. No transmitter in view. When I pull out my building machine, it kills my ability to actually see what's... or move around, not see. It doesn't kill my ability to see, it just kills my ability to actually, like, go places. One or the other. You must decide. So, there's where my transmitter is. I'd say that this is probably in view, so that I can get to this point. Which is slightly annoying, mainly because it's just that annoying, but, well, actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Ah. This'll do. Almost. Over here somewhere, it should, actively speaking, ease up. That's wrong. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I can definitely get there. Let's explore. I've got my soda so we can mount and do this. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just say that. And I'm bold. I'm not bold. Okay, that was reference to a different thing that I heard, a meme. Quite the opposite of bold, in fact, kind of wondering whether or not I'm gonna have to shave off some hair. Remove some stuff. Some of the likes. There we go. That should ease up everything as it should. But it is time to deliver potted plants because they're easy to deliver. I kind of want to know what the drip pad is. Quarter circles. Don't really care what the quarter circle is, but I do want to do this. So I'm going to fast travel. And I am going to go over here and just delete all waymarks because they're kind of stupid. Delete all waymarks. It does make me question why there's not like a bearing that like orients around your mouse. That might be interesting, but I don't think that happened. Vehicular mode. Atrocity. Ignite. I'm just gonna capture this. In hopes that it might ease my pain. Okay. Now. Filipina! Okay. I could have moved that away. Not yet. Here we are. Copy. Okay. That should do. Yeah. I forgot the controls. However could I so? For I had thought myself capable, and now I find not so. Worst Christmas present ever. Learning that I'm not capable of the most basic of tasks. Why? Okay. Bump, bump, bump. And I got on the wrong side. You're on the wrong side of the road, buddy. And for this toaster's sake, I will pretend like that is relevant. It is not. Okay. Here we are. There we are. There we go. That should be about as secure as it's gonna get. I think this might be our new atrocity. But speaking with, what's like, oh, it's just mom. Just mom in the chat, which means no one's in the chat. No. Okay. Oh. Is there like an interdifferential pressure going on here? Because it seems to be like leaning in one direction. Nah, no aside such concerns. The music has started. Okay. No. Thank goodness I put the claw where I did. The claw! And I'm realizing now that I did not flip the bearing, so that's fun. I'm fun, hip, and cool, guys. I can forget to flip bearings just like you can. Where are you guys all going? No! No! Probably to go flip some bearings, of which they are 12. Okay, so I've got a grip pad. What is the grip pad? If that is what I think that is, that just seems to be... Yeah. Okay. So, like, with your... with your, in real life, there's 3D printing. Okay, in 3D printing, you occasionally want your prints to stick to the ground. There's rubber pads that you can get for your prints. Little dot things, and they increase your friction. So I'm guessing that's what that is. for this. Okay. Called grip pads too, so it's not exactly all that surprising. I should have recognized the name, but I didn't, so here we are. That's the wrong button. I'm looking for where to actually, like, select my missions. There we are. That was wrong. There we are. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and, rewrite Atrocity. I give him these. I don't know if he knew what to do with them. I could still try. I don't think it will happen. Oh, no, it'll happen. Meet my Atrocity! Modern art. Perfecto! Okay. Spare wheels. That is what I have achieved there. Now then. Caribina! Pina! I can also put that bearing there. Things easier on myself. Or, you know. There we go. We got him. There we go. And we're delivering it there. Should I detour? I don't know if that's really going to be all that useful, so... Rocky terrain. Yippee. I should really have just stinking tire structure and all that garbage and all that stuff and move on with the day and do stuff. Yippee stuff. Woohoo. Okay, what am I doing? How am I doing this? Why am I being this silly? Some things we'll never know. I could try F, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I remember why F doesn't work. I remember why now that F doesn't work. Shift might. Actually, that might be a way to handle things, but I don't know if it's the way that I should do it. I don't know if it's a should do as much as it's a can do. Ah, computer's making the noises that it's making. Definitely sounds like something's wiping against something else. Whee! Sometimes video game driving feels harder than real life driving. I gotta be honest, I've like been on a vehicle or two, and I've been in the driver's seat of a vehicle or two. I've never spun out like this. I just don't. If it's a good pair of tires, like you got decent enough weight, the spin out isn't that much of a problem even on dirt roads. This level of complication is confusing and makes no sense. But at the opposite end of it, I can't really put like rubber pads on the ends of my wheels, I guess. Oh, so that's what that is. So if I want to make like a little cement truck, I can use that. There's new things. I can deliver a tin of paint. I can deliver a crate that's a 3x4 panel. And I can deliver a washing thing, which is a relay. Okay. I'll admit. 115-degree bend, don't really care about that. 1 times 2x1 curve, don't really care about that. One panel that is 3x4. Triangular panel that's 3x3. I'm going to go with what I already have. This might be a mission. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think cup holder's gonna hold the jar. So I can at least orient myself in such a manner that I can actually summon in the atrocity. Okay, let's see. There's cup holder. Cup holder might work. But it's probably going to sound horrible. like it usually does. Means, once again, it is time which does actually, like, initiate a question for me. Like, can you put the ball bearing inside of that? No. So it still doesn't make sense. Okay. So, follow this. Now I've got 2 blinky lights. No one can stop me. Okay, so this will be see if close. And it will output you. So if I do open, hit close. Oh, controls triggers. Okay. So I can't do that. Oh. So Y is forward, U is reverse. I'm gonna just do this. Since these two can't actually trigger. Open. Close. So there's no, like, box state that you can achieve where you just click both and it stops. It actually just will pick one or the other. Well, that's sad. Okay. Fine. Things will be difficult, but it will be also achievable. Currently, I'm dragging from outside of the thing to actually make sure that I okay. Okay. I think auto return is effectively just the thing that's gotta die here. Unfortunately. In order to allow for this whole device to function. And I've got... This thing is currently unusable because... it needs that. Okay. And now I'm realizing that this was a severe waste of time. And no one was there to find my failure. Mwah! Okay. That was wrong. Should be no things here. Yep, okay. No. Okay. 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 And the techno music goes again. Okay. Pardon? Your jar. Okay. Deliver the pizza, which is a 3x4 panel. And there's a heavy spring. That's interesting. Triangular panel 3x3 is pizza. Or side job. Not side job. The thinking triangle thing about. You want this? No. Don't stop me now. So that's a corner thingamabob that does cornery things. I guess, like, it would be good for, like, if I was building a tanker or something. Okay, so I could see these two mixed together very well. If I were to build a thing around that, I'm sure it would be great, but... Okay. There we go. Oh. So I can just have a drum that has like a little hole in it for no good reason. If I so chose. So like... if I choose to... Oh, that actually just lets me copy the whole thing. Reorient this to where there is some sort of enabling extension. Perhaps even... Only there weren't so many pesky parts in the way. That's so useful. Oh no, it's not connected there. And it's not connected there either. Oh no. I have to fix that real quick. But it will just let me think and click on the things I'm trying to click. I have a solution for some of these problems of which it faces. No. Woohoo. So. If I wanted to do this, I'd have to add one more. That is the wrong direction. Thank you. And then I would have my nice little bin there. Go. And there it even has a wall on the inside of a carrot. And useless, now useless devices on the exterior to protect from nothing. Great! Or, you know, I could also go a different route. There we go. And then we go over here. And we realize that we've made some mistakes along the way. Not too many, but enough to make things hard to undo. That would have made things a lot easier. We'd had that curve before. But yeah, what I was trying to say was that you could technically just line this. And unfortunately, I'll have to get rid of that. But once you do, boom. Technically, I could just do this. That. 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 And then you've got what you had before, except it's a little bit more like a receiver, I guess? Probably the word I would use is retriever or something like that. Ah. Pardon me. Although you could use this for an excavator, that is, actively speaking, something. Now that I've wasted ample time on this, waste a little bit more on aesthetics on the device that I'm planning on completely deleting. That's nice. There we go. Which, go there. The beetle! I don't know what I was thinking, but, oh, it's 4. Oddly enough. Either way. Where is it? There. I can deliver a pumpkin for Heavy Spring. A relay. Let's go ahead. Don't stop me now. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. Look at me burn to the sky. Like I'm a rocket man. Coming at you right out the blue. How do you go from wrong to wrong again when corrected? Because I'm thinking of it from the wrong perspective. There we go. Don't stop me now. 'Cause I'm having a good time, having a good time. With me finding the sky like there's a rocket ship. Trying to make it feel like I'm high. Living like I'm living. I gotta go. That time I got thrown off because thinking physics engine and whack. Which might be what's going on in general. The physics engine might be just expecting the inertia to affect the device way more than it does in real life. Perhaps that would be mitigated with the using of the barrel baron if I used it. What the? Okay. No. Okay. Okay, so that's a new part. What does the relay do? Redirects input. Okay. Not really something that I'm ever probably going to use, just because that seems somewhat... But... That is something that can be done, if I so chooses. Okay, so... Let's get to delivering this pumpkin. Let's see what these heavy springs can do. Deliver microwave, quarter spacer, and bay is just really big. That's this one. It depends for. 3x3 plate. And of course, there's delivering the pizza, which is kind of useless because I don't really like that size of plate. I don't think. I don't usually use 4x4, or 4x3. But that is beside the point. Yeah, definitely gonna try. Yeah. Yeah. It screams, for it knows its fate. Okay, so... I mean, I guess I could also No, no, no. Okay. Not a lot of what I meant to press. Does that thing have multiple modes? No, okay. Okay. I don't know what I was pressing. Gosh, is it hard to deal with this thing sometimes. Hmm. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go with the spacer, because that's all I need. Go. No. Nah. That is not what I meant to do. Where is it? Here it is. There's that, and then there is this thing, which should do. Oh. Oh, there it is. That should actively speak and show me which way is forward. Okay, something like that happens again. Yeah, so that should be... Okay. Okay. That should continue the chain, so... Yeah. That goes to that one, that goes to that one. So, like... Okay, I've got into that. It's a lot more like a line, but... we'll have to accept that. Oh no! So this will go inward. kind of want to save this build because it's kind of cool. Although if we're going to do that, I'm going to actually reorient this a little bit. I'm going to give it a little grip up. A little grippy thing. And then I'm going to 5x5 plate, 1x1 plate. Oh, I still have one of these left. Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. There we go. Maybe opposite that. And then this guy. And then go ahead and go at that point, because this thing's forward at that point. But then that's appreciated. Flip. One time I'm trying to flip and I just can't. There we go. Yeah. Green is forward, red is back. In this situation. Okay. Speaking of which. Vehicle-wise. Gotta save this. As lit. Oh. Men. Minus. I meant to say Little Menace, but Chaos will work. I'm sure I misspelled that too, but at least it's a little bit closer. Or Chos. Depending on whether or not you're going to say that the way that you're going to say that. Anyway, so I feel like I spelled Chaos there correctly, but I am not 100% sure, so I am not going to state with 100% certainty. This does feel like something that should be corrected here. Yeah. I'm willing to choose that one a little bit more by the moment. But you know what? I'll take it. Maker snipers. This thing's not cooperating. Thanks for the help, I guess? Okay. There we go. I gotta be honest, I kind of wish that I could use the, you know, E and Q keys for my inputs. That would make more sense. No, just saying. Would this be more sensible to, like, use with the... I'm trying to think of whether or not it's more sensible to use the stinking cup holder for this. It feels like something that the cup holder could do, but it's not something that I feel like it could excel at. Actually, keep one hand on the flip and seal here to try and make sure that... That didn't happen. That happened anyway, so... You know what? Cup holder, it is your time. Don't get too excited, but everybody else has not done too well in this field. Okay, that's it. don't really need that. And gosh, does it get in the way sometimes. Or there's a stupid idea that I could also do. Let's see how this works. Okay. Anything else that I want to do? I probably should just replace the stupidity with something that makes sense. Don't really care. Half as much as I should. Half as much as I usually could. I half as much as I should. Half as much as I usually could. If I nothing with something quite so stupid. As I could. Half as much as I probably should. Half as much as I could. If I did not care anymore. Okay, so. Of course. There we go. Let's hope this time it works. Fortunately, sometimes it just breaks down into just make it longer. Stop skimping at the sides. Okay. Now I just said that. Well, I meant it. I do question some of the part fusions of which that have occurred. Throughout this process, I feel like that is just off, but I can't actually see it being that just off, so I'm going to pretend like it's not. Because that's how you handle problems. Okay. I'll get a second gripper and just go down the routes with the Stinking Chaos, but I guess Goober and Gash Gooberage. Gash Goober Goober. Gash Gabber. Goober. Object. Gash Gooberage. It's pretty cheap. Gosh, Gooberer. Gooberer, gosh. Gosh, Gooberer. As things get more complicated, less solutions are found. Only questions. Like, will this ever be over? Where am I supposed to grip this thing? How am I supposed to grip this thing? I think that is the most stable grip I've had so far. I'll only risk it once. Okay. That is about as good a grip as I'm going to get with this thing. There. Not without expanding out my bed obnoxiously, which would not be the wisest of decisions with this. Where do I go? No, please. Almost there. I think I've saved my money these past two missions somewhat. I've still gotten like towers built and stuff like that, and that's probably drained me a couple dollars here and there of Marls, whatever the heck you call the Mars dollars. A molar? Here, let's call the Mars dollars molars. They will mole into your soul. Deprive you of the spiritual things and only enable that of which that is of the flesh. Okay. Oh, no. You, my dear sir, have been a pain in my dispositor of waste. I wish you adieu as you exit my vicinity post-haste. Thank you. And now, I see all three different types of spring. The medium spring, the heavy spring... Ah. Two of my springs are... Okay. Whatever. Whatever am I supposed to do to care about your intricacies? Gosh, gosh. Now it's time for some gah. Okay, so 2 hours and 2 minutes in. I've gotten heavy spring. Now I have more batteries to deliver. I hate you. And I don't get any parts for it. How about no? Like, how easy was this? Actually, that's pretty easy, and it'd give me $100. Then there's the auto connector. Okay, that is worth some moolah. That's worth some time. Short steel beam, a quarter spacer. Don't care about the quarter spacer. Quarter spacer can go up a hill sideways. 3x3 plate. Yeah, I don't really care about that. One curve that is 2x1. I want to try for this auto connector because the auto connector calls upon me and I wish to answer post haste with only the most minor of interruption. So I think that hill there, I will place my secondary monitor, my extension upon. Yeah, if I check tab, I look at where I'm looking, probably about here would actually be the best. And here does not look anywhere close to where I currently am, so I'm going to go ahead and choose my little TIE fighter, my little boy, my little chaos. Actually, that might be funny to make this into a TIE fighter. That's exciting. You know what, I kind of want to make... I want to try now. Okay. No. That'll actually cause problems. This will not. Murder! Speaking of which. Okay. Whee! Okay. Admittedly, the TIE Fighter does not work. Whatsoever. Although in our hearts. Maybe it works a little bit better. Speaking of which, how many bearings do I have? Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and click that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and la da 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 da. Okay, maybe not the wisest way of handling things, but nonetheless, kind of works. I'm a tiny little red car pretending to not even know where the heck I'm going. But I always knew what would I be? 'Cause that's how would I really be? If I'm gone and just bad to have known. I think that I'll probably lose my feet. Okay. Wee! Wee! And... Yep. Wee! Okay. Here. I'll go to that hill there. The silliness, it consumes you. I sound like a horse. I say nay. Oh, this is so cute. It is with ramming speed. You will not survive. It has survived and demanded upon us resources. Full velocity. Okay. Turn. Why will they not turn? Oh my goodness. Ah, I see. It's the way that it works is that the bearings is actually turning where it rotates for. Ah. Okay, so that's why not to do that kind of stupid. Fine, I've learned my lesson for now. As with the Mechanicus, it is apparently a bad thing to innovate. This is just... I'm not gonna go there. Not gonna go there. There we go.
Place 10 transmitters.
Okay.
I have transmitted all over you. Never again shall you escape a transmission. Never. Never.
Never. You might want to be careful about saying that. Blah. Blah.
Little.
Whee! Don't really care.
Give me back the forward direction. I wish for my R2-D2 pod to be on top again. Release him, you foul upside downiness. You reclusant fiend.
There you are, my little R2-D2 knockoff thingamabob. On top of the stinking thingamabob. Okay. Badly done knockoffs of the one theme aside.
Never take R2-D2 again.
Okay. That's not. Although I could say R2-D5, that's another one.
He exists. He died quickly.
Okay.
Painfully. On the side of the thankful brother. Blah.
Subdodicarius. Uh-huh.
Misa thinks that I has an option that not too often arises to be deployed.
Okay. If I can lower this like 1. Like if I could, for instance, mayhaps just maybe introduce, what the crap did I just click on? I could just do this. And then do that so that it's a little bit more stable. Now then. That was completely incorrect and not really what I was intending to do, but I will take it for now. Why did I go that far? I do not know. Will I go further? Hopefully not. Wow. I just made some decisions very quickly that I probably shouldn't have.
I'm discovering some of that was a mistake. Brought about by the enemy.
There we go.
The enemy that is within. The enemy that is within me.
Okay. Septos Pius. Okay.
Let's play a game of innovation that should never have occurred. All these nightmare revelations come only to haunt your dreams. Now you too can print in dark chocolate Is it that we're structurally secure? You don't know why anyone would want that. I feel like it's kind of cursed. But hey, that's just me, I guess. Me and my lonesome. I don't get to paint into chocolate. No. Because I have common sense. That's why. Gotcha. You thought I was about to sit down and be pitiful. No, I am not like you. Nowhere near it. I would never print out of such material. I have too much common sense.
Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna do that again.
It sounded wrong and familiar in all the wrong ways. A wrong familiarity. It hath taken hold against mine own will. Indeed, it shall be put aside. It is my body to control, not another's.
Okay. There we go. A nice little temporary connection so that I can do surgery. This will have bad consequences. Okay. Okay.
If only I knew how to do brain surgery before I had done surgery on that one man. Maybe he'd still have 2 feet or something. Inconspicuous.
Anyway, okay, let's...
Rather suspiciously, this man seems to be loose of both his legs.
That was not a button. Oh, actually, no, that was a button that I was intending to press. And yet, I still pressed the wrong one.
That's how smart I am. Aha!
Okay. Kato Sicarius, that's the one I was trying to remember.
It is I, Kato Sicarius! Incapable extraordinaire!
Anyway.
I know just enough to hold my own.
I feel like that will cost me greatly if I am not cautious before making my movements. Okay. Twice this of worth it. Next. Excuse me. Pretending like that crisis aversion was on purpose. There we go. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're gonna use something that's actually... Except we're gonna use something that actually works for that purpose. That should mean that I can alleviate these for long enough to realize I don't have any more. There we go. My box is almost ready.
Why do I need a box? Because it's a flippin' box. Why didn't I get those, 3 by Oohs and Hasn's thingamabob when I could? Tactically speaking, ensure that I didn't need to play this silly game of... I don't know. I'm realizing I probably could have used those parts that I just sat down and said were useless. I'm realizing I may have made an oopsie-daisy. There's a oopsie. Oh dear. That is not the action I intended. Okay. Whatever you say. But you're the one who did it. Okay. Not the button I pressed there. Huh. I forgot. This is gonna be a while. So this is the correct one for that side too. Now it's actually connected in. And then I can start buying these things which have a deeper hole. A deeper hole. So as to optimize things. And then I can do this. And then I can do this. And then I can say hole one more time. And click on the wrong button yet again. Because I am an expert at such maneuvers. No one is quite like me in how I can just instantly, irreparably deploy the incorrect object countless times before I eventually figure out that there is in fact an alternative of paying attention to what you're doing and actually putting in the effort. Sparse few can compare my inability to put forethought before rushing ahead and committing such actions as that right there, just prior to the statement that I am currently expressing, because I am slightly disgruntled by my lacking use of overarching capability to think ahead. Speaking of such, fine, whatever. Anyway, That might actually be the smartest dumb thing I have done so far. Add spacer. There, that should try and mitigate. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm wasting time. What I'm doing. Yeah, that would be. Seemingly what I'm doing. Okay, that's an idea. That sinks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and undo all that. And redo all that with a few more brain cells that I had before. And by that, I mean I'm going to slowly but surely get to the point where I can quit. Which I was supposed to do 24 minutes ago. But I got excited. And forgot that that was what I was supposed to do. And of course. You know what I'd like? I'd like 2x spacer, not a quarter spacer. A 2x spacer. Am I gonna get a 2x spacer? No, I'm gonna get a quarter spacer because that's what they suggested me all over the stinking place. Okay, that can fit a microwave very comfortably. No, it can't. Flipping head because I think I can't think ahead. 2 flipping minutes. There we go. That works more than whatever I was building before. That because that's necessary. That might be the cornerstone to getting this thing operational. Right there. Or I'm actually stupid, which also is equally an option. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z, but for nowsies, I think I gotta go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can connect this somewhere else so that I can temporarily replace this. Click that. Choose that that's the wrong decision. Click that. Go here. Bruise chaos. and then click that, click that. Okay. I'm sure this is all jumbled, like it's going to be. Okay, this doesn't make sense. Why didn't I think before I put in these connections about the consequences of putting these connections in their places? Okay, put these back in place, put these back in place before I lose my brain. And since I have them, I don't have them. I can't even buy enough of these, but I have enough of these already, so I'm just going to stick with what I already have. Make a do. Actually, why am I doing this with, because 3 is strong enough, and although I can do that and be stupid too, that's another thing. I can do this, get 2 of the medium springs and hollow out a chunk of my budget, but hey, whatever. Then build this array, which should be capable. And remember that I have to get off soon. That I keep on saying. I've been live for almost 3 hours. Hey, Stinkbunk Dragon's back. No, I have not been winning, but I have been saving money. I was saving money, and then I started my next project. Not saving money comment I just made, please ignore that. I seem to have forgotten everything I did during this session when I said that word, and I evidently probably could have chosen better words. There we are. I did save money at one point, at one time, that it may be best for humanity to forget. I'm joking. But that was quick. Didn't mean to do that. One button pressed in the right place at the right time. It did things quicker than I expected. That's great. Okay. I'm horrified. Okay, so that actually should ease things up a little bit, even though I did get that little bit of trauma. Okay, don't care. Don't want good. Got that. There. 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 Now I can go in, start using the pieces that make the most sense if I don't think about it, because I didn't think before I started that. Wow. That was a brain fart. That was a brain fart of brain farts. Of brain farty proportion. Much stink in that fart. Do regret. Wish had never experienced. Can't buy multiple of these. Great! How much does this cover? Also got these. There. Little R2-D2. Why did I do that? Why did I try thinking? It was evidently a mistake. Great. Great. Great googly moogly. That was dumb. Okay. That was severely dumb. That was really dumb. Why did I do that? How could I do that? Other than that all, out of which I now regret. Let's see what we got here. Yep. Cup holder has got some better springs now. Look at them springs. They're doing the springy things. If you can figure out how to deal with the ground obstacles, just nuke Mars. If you can't figure out how to deal with ground obstacles, just nuke Mars. Well, I'm pretty sure we tried that. Or we planned to do. Yeah, that was yeah. There was a period of time, I believe, where this the space race was getting to the point where America was considering nuking specifically the moon. Although I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure that was a thing, though. Maybe I'm wrong. What just happened there? There we go. I feel like that was an actual thing. Well, it might not have been an actual extensive discussion. That could have just been like one tiny little talk that occurred. But I feel like I heard something about that. I feel like. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like it was a casual comment. Something said to the side. Anyway, so let's test this. Okay, that works. That works. That doesn't work because Mars logistics is somewhat stupid sometimes. Other than that, everything seems to work. Wow. And when the time comes, I'm just gonna go in. Maybe I should actually reorient and reorganize the controls for my current structure, because it does seem quite clear to me that this was not built for this device. Well, maybe that is something that I should just leave. Leave and let be, you know? Yes, yes, indeed. If I name this thing, I'm calling it percussive maintenance. That's just beautiful. It's the dunk. Oh my goodness. It's beautiful. It's breaking the game in ways that I never suspected to be capable of occurring. So when it's time, I just... absolutely destroy this stinking microwave. Look over and see more flashing lights emotes. Whee! And just watch it fall in all kinds of intriguing ways. Okay. That will definitely need some reorganizing before I use it properly. They wanted to nuke the moon
as a display of power, but the cowards decided to give up on it. Or, you know, they were worried about the man on the moon. He's not a communist. I think. Though it is possible that he is a communist, at which point I may have to consider some things. Either way, I think that's about good. I'm sorry that you actively ended up showing up right at the end, Steampunk Wagon, but 10 o'clock was 30 minutes ago, so I was supposed to stop 30 minutes ago. Speaking of which, I usually release my videos, and I'm trying to time my videos to where, like, the video releases, 30 minutes after I start my stream, or end my stream. So, my previous stream, recording, should be out on, YouTube right now. But, other than that, don't die, no fun. Like or dislike it as you will. If you subscribe, welcome to the ride. And, yeah, I gotta reorient this thing again. I mean, I could try just stinking... I'm sorry, little R2D2. Yeah, that probably would be a better place to put it. But that's about it. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Gosh, that's horrible. Man. Oh, wait. Maybe... That's gonna be from this, though. Yeah. So I gotta stick it there. Or... That's a little better. I'll take that. It's what I can get. Yeah. Guys, goodbye. Yeah, goodbye, little shiny bull you managed to grab and hold the microwave, but can you hold the cat control in denial with it? The answer is that would be... What is it, wrongful imprisonment? Yeah. Anyway. Goodbye, rainbow glowing cat. Goodbye. What in the world is that noise? Don't. Okay, now I'm gonna stop streaming. Bye.